Hey, how are you? I hope all things are well with you. I wanted to talk to you again about how to help women sell. So, if you're a woman that's on here and you're watching this, then I encourage you to finish it to the end. Now, before we get started, a couple of things that I covered in the previous video was how to ignite this process of helping women sell or being in the selling industry and what it takes. And it really takes getting over yourself, right? I discussed that in the very first video. So make sure that on this video that you click like, you click share, make sure that you follow me, and also be sure to leave some comments and also your email address, because I would love to engage with you and send you much more information. If you are a woman that you are in business and you are trying to sell and maybe it's just not getting off the ground for you, you don't know what you're doing right, you don't know what you're doing wrong, I would love to engage with you to see how we can definitely help you. So please click subscribe, click like below, and please leave some comments along with your email address so that we can connect. Now, what I talked about in the first video was about you really just getting over yourself in making the decision to sell. Now, there are some things that I want you to consider, and we'll discuss those in future videos. But one of the biggest things when you say get over yourself, Valencia, what does that really mean? Well, I want to share with you this word that we're all familiar with. And this word is called fear. F-E-A-R. And let me tell you something. Fear affects us a lot more than we realize. But what is that thing called fear? Fear is nothing. Listen, I'm going to give you an acronym for fear. Fear is falsehoods that encapsulate us about our reality. Okay? Falsehoods that encapsulate us about our reality. So what does that mean? That means there are things that we have that either have been told to us or that have that we've told to ourselves that are just simply not true, okay? They're simply not true about who you are and about the type of person that you are. Now, understand that there are some things that may be true, but what happens with fear is fear actually encapsulates us, right? These things that we tell ourselves are the things that people may have spoken to us or said to us about ourselves that actually hinders us from moving forward. So we know, like, there's a fight, you know, the good angel and then the bad angel on on the other shoulder. So those two are in a fight, and the one that you feed the most is the one that's going to win. What I see a lot of times is that women who really have the potential to be successful in selling don't become successful because of what they tell themselves or what's incorporated in their mind, what other people have spoken to them about selling, and I don't think you should do that, or you're really not great for that. Listen, no one can tell you about you more than you. So when I say get over yourself, that means we have to face the fears that we have. And the encapsulation of the fear is just merely about the falsehoods that either we are telling ourselves or that someone else has told us about us. And then what we do is we internalize that, and therefore we start believing what someone else said about us. Don't take on someone else's belief that is negative toward you about yourself. Find out, first of all, is that true? Is that true? Is that piece of information actually true for me? So you have the falsehoods, which are basically lies, you know, that you have incorporated into your get along system, if you will. And then encapsulation, you've surrounded yourself by all of these things that say, Well, inside me, I know I can, but, somebody said that I shouldn't do this, or somebody said that this won't be successful for me. And then, and we make it to the point where it's a falsehood, but we turn it in or make it about our reality. And so therefore we operate in that madness. And then when we look and we see someone else doing the very thing that we knew we could have done, we get upset, we get mad, we get frustrated. Like, I know I could have done that, and I know I could have done it better. Well, let me tell you something. If you know that you could have, then why don't you? Face the fear. Stop letting it encapsulate you just because you're a woman and you're a strong woman and you're unapologetically you. Do that. Be that. Be who you truly are. To thine own self be true. I know you've heard that so many times. Stop allowing what someone else has put into your mind determine how far you go. So when it comes to selling, I have an abundant history in sales, and I've done very well in sales myself, taking on different avenues. So let me tell you that, first of all, it's about your approach, about your arrival to whatever it is. I don't care if you're selling a coaching program. I don't care if you're selling a product. I don't care if you're selling Avon. I don't care what you are selling. It's in the approach. Are you confident enough? Does that person who you want to buy from you, do you exude that confidence to assure them that no matter what, you are the best product, or you have the best product? Or if you're coaching them, you are the best coach. So the fear cannot overcome if you have the confidence and the attitude, right? So understand that the one thing when I say get over yourself is that you have to face that fear head on. So I gave you the acronym for fear, which is falsehoods, right? Falsehoods that encapsulate us about our reality, okay? And we know that if it's falsehoods and we've turned it into our reality, then we have to go back and fix that. Because remember, a person's perception is their reality, right? So how do I change my perception of myself? Well, let me tell you, all I did was flip fear around and made it another acronym. So fear is FEAR. And when you flip fear around and turn it on its head, it's RAEF. And what does that stand for? Realizing that I am enough forever. Okay? Realizing that I am enough forever. So what are you saying? That means no matter what it is that you want to sell, it starts with self. It starts with the fact that I realize that I am enough. So if I'm selling a bottle of lotion, or if I'm selling a pair of earrings, or if I'm selling my coaching program, people are going to know and feel it the moment that I step into the room. They're going to understand that, listen, I know that I am enough. And they're going to want to be a part of whatever it is that I have to sell or that I am trying to build, right? Because let me tell you, people always love to be a part of something that's growing. And if they feel good about you and about where you're going and what you're trying to do, guess what? That confidence comes from you. That confidence comes from the fact that I have no longer decided to internalize my fears. I am going to go ahead and face my fear. And the only way I can face my fear is realizing, RAEF, realizing that I am enough forever. Doesn't matter what you're selling. Doesn't matter what you're selling. I know some of us think, well, if I had a good product, or no, listen, let me tell you, it's not about the product. It's about, because A person told me that people buy you before they ever buy the product. People will, let me say that again, people will buy you before they ever buy the product. And do you know that people will buy, if they buy you, your product may be mediocre, but because they bought into you, they will continue to support you and your business. So when you talk about selling and you want to rise to the top, like I said, I don't care what it is. I sold cars. And let me tell you, anybody that knows when it's time, especially a woman, when it's time to buy a car, it's probably one of the least things we'd like to do. Really at the bottom. Statistics have proven that women, even though women make the decisions about which car to buy, by 84%, women loathe buying cars. You know why? Because they don't like the fast-talking salesman or the fast-talking sales guy, okay? Or they feel like they're not equal and therefore they're going to be taken advantage of. And it's true to some degree. Is some of it changing? Absolutely. But I sold cars for quite some time. And let me tell you something. I went from walking in and being surrounded by 30 men who also sold cars, right? And had been selling them. And within 11 months, I was at the top. I was the cream of the crop, okay? So it doesn't take long, because what I realized is that to sell a car, I'm not selling the car. I'm not selling the car. I'm selling me. I created my own book of business without the other 30 men. Was it pleasant as I was rising? It was not. But let me tell you, I had to face my fear of whether I could or whether I couldn't. Luckily, I had some very good people that surrounded me and that poured into me and said, you absolutely can do this. And so guess what? I absolutely could do it. I absolutely did it and absolutely loved it. So if you want to sell something, understand that it's you first. You first is what they're buying. So do they believe you? Have you turned that fear around? And have you realized that you are enough forever? Doesn't matter what the product is. I've had people tell me over and over again, Valencia, you could sell a blind man a pair of glasses. I probably could. But it's not because he needs those glasses, but because I exude the confidence and the compassion that will cause him to invest in me. So I don't know what it is that you're trying to sell. And I'm going to discuss that on a future video in regards to the products that you pick to sell, in regards to the coaching that you choose to do. All of these things have to be in alignment, but you can't do anything until you start with you. So are you willing to take the journey and face your fear and to flip that fear around and realize that you are more than enough forever? It doesn't matter. I am. That's what it is. Realizing that I am enough forever, right? So I hope you'll take the journey. Like I said, if you are interested in me working with you, I'll be more than happy to share as many nuggets with you as I can to encourage you. Women can sell, and we can be at the very top of our game, the cream of the crop. But it's only when we start with us. Start with you. Start with me. So make sure that if you like this video, that you hit the subscribe button, that you like, comment, and please leave your email. I would love to reach out to you and help you in whatever way I can that can help you grow your business. And remember, we're going to talk futuristically, because it's also very important about the product that you pick to sell, if you choose to sell a product. And it's also very important that you, if you're going to be a coach, if you're going to be a life coach, or if you want to be any type of coach, do something that is true to you. Maybe you have a weight loss program and you can't get it off the ground, but it's been working for you. Be more than happy to help you with that. Maybe you have a new product that you tried and you absolutely love it, and now you want to distribute the product, but you really don't know where to start, or it's not getting off the ground for you. Reach out, leave your email, feel free, and I'll be more than happy to share with you whatever nuggets that I can share with you. Hey, listen, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Take care. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.